Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show, Muggleowrld 2 Medical Edition. Oh man. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Let me get a sound check, please. I need a sound check. Make sure I can. I love it too. Sound check. Can you hear me? Can you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Can anyone hear me? Sound is awesome. Okay, sound check. Check, 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 check. All right. Hey, no memes. Alrighty then. I will go ahead and take that off. Well, thanks for everybody coming to the Quantum Show, Muggleowrld 2. Oh man, let me tell you, these people are not nice to each other. Okay. And I'm so glad I don't have to spend that much time with them. Okay. I believe was last week Dallas. A lot's happened. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Last week was Dallas. And yeah, good. Sound is good. Yes, sound loud and clear. Good deal. Yeah, it is weird. I got doctors to the left of me, assholes to the right. Here I am stuck in the muggle with you. Oh, you heard it here on the Quantum Show. So, yeah, last week was the Dallas show and it was good. I liked it. The Dallas trip was good. I got back and Tuesday. Right. I I got back and then this past Tuesday I had prostate surgery. The kind with the laser. Yeah, I had just gotten back from Dallas. I believe it was Wednesday and then the following Tuesday. I'm already past I'm already past that on the calendar. I can't see it. Yeah, I had just come back from Dallas on maybe that I don't remember what day it was. But then on Tuesday I went to have my surgery and oh man, the surgery people were okay, but they're not clinic people. They have their own way of doing stuff. And it was all rush, rush, rush. And I stopped them. I stopped them all in front of me. I'm like, hey, I want you guys to calm down and focus. You're not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry. You're not in a hurry. They thought I was crazy. But I did. I said, I want y'all to take a breath. I want y'all to calm down and chill. It's okay. You got this. Because they were all wanting to rush because people were yelling at them. I'm like, hey, shush. I'm paying your bill. Shush. I didn't say that. I should have said that. I totally should have said that. But yeah, so it is a low energy show tonight. I'm sorry. It's the best I can muster right now. Every cup of coffee has been an ultimate healing potion, and it's working. I'm a few days ahead of the curve, according to what they say I should expect. But I don't, they're not used to working on people who have good health habits, generally. But Dallas, by the way, backtracking, Dallas worked out great. I took a week off. I took this week off. I go back tomorrow and I'm going to see how that works out, right? Having had surgery Tuesday and going back to work on Sunday, let's see how that works out. And hey, Aussie, welcome back. I finally got, yeah. See, I trailed off. I don't even know what I was going to say. Hey, Monty. I needed to shout you out for something, Monty. And it was something to do with aliens. I needed to shout you out for something. I got debunked on something and you did it. And I wanted to appreciate it. I wanted to appreciate it publicly. Shout out our very own Monty. I'll have to go check. Yes, the Dallas sighting. There we go. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. Of all the funny cat videos of all the internet, you ended up here. Yep, shout out to Monty. I'm going to show that right now. Get this out of the way. I'm holding it like I'm high energy, but I'm not high energy. It's an act. Yeah, the child I saw appeared to be some kind of a hybrid. Was not a hybrid. Monty, you nailed it. You took my general written description and you took my non-human report. Man, I have posted a lot of stuff since that day and figured out what it could be being human. And it is not inbreeding. Okay. That's what the people I was with were trying to say. It is not. It is a random where am I at? Okay, I'm looking for my non-human report. It is a random genetic thing that happens to people where the 7th chromosome is missing something. Okay, yeah, it's not there. Let me find it again. It was a non-human report. It was Williams disease. I believe it was Williams disease. Non-human report, Fort Worth, from 8 days ago. Yep. The kid, hey, Renee, welcome back. Yep. Disease. Williams disease. Hey, Rachel, I got the Jedi sisters are both here. Awesome. Welcome back to the Quantum Show. Thanks for coming by. Muggleowrld 2. Oh, man. It has been a heck of a week. It's going to be a short show. Both shows are going to be short, just so you know, because I've been on a day schedule. I'm going to try to stay up. I didn't take a nap. So I'm going to try to stay up. I'm going to try to stay energetic, try to stay focused, and not lose my train of thought too much. We'll see how that goes. Hey, Scream Engine. Hey, Nanny P says, hey, you saw my meme. Yeah. My meme is this meme. Well, I can't bring it up right now. I had an idea to show Tennessee. You know what? I will show them. I will show them. Helping the show is Raven. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I gotta do this. It split my screen. I don't want this. Holy cow. This is so horrible. I don't know how to undo this. I wish I could show you what I'm looking. You know what? I can't. This is so silly. Brent is on Paranormal Portal. He is either on now or coming on soon. I can show you what I'm looking at. Ignore the clutter on my desk. This is okay. I gotta push buttons here. Sorry. Okay, there we go. I believe I am on. It's coming up. Can you hear me? There is an echo, huh? See what I'm putting up with? Okay. Ugh. That was crazy. I didn't expect that. Okay. So that's what I'm putting up with. But yeah, big echo. There was a big echo. Yeah, I love this shirt, dude. I love all the Stargates. I even love Stargate Universe. I even love that one. I like that one too. I'm trying to get out of here. I have the split screen going on and I don't want it. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'll just create a new window. Oh my God. Yikes. Okay. Anyway, we got Tennessee UFO reports. Thank you, Raven. Tennessee UFO reports. Yeah. Stargate Universe was my favorite. Fight me. Yeah, there was a lot to do with that. Nah. You know, it sounds easy. It isn't easy. It wouldn't drag. Nothing would drag. Yep, I got muggled. Muggled and I feel mangled, let me tell you. It was something else. Okay. Anyway, gonna go over a few. They changed the interface on me. Okay. They changed the interface on me. I'm gonna go over a couple of Nashville UFO reports. Okay. Now I'm gonna go and just get them all highlighted, right? Listen to these. Okay, now these are from this year and just past last year, right? Nashville, Tennessee, a light, shape, light. Summary, star-like object that moved erratically. That's not a bad description, and it is in Nashville from June 24th last month. Next one, June 20th, light, star-like light that did not behave like a star. We need to work on our descriptions, okay? Please, let's work on our descriptions. Make 3 or 4 sentences. It's okay. Send them an email as reference to your comment if it limits, right? Now, let's see. In May 17th, while watching a passenger jet through binoculars, a spherical object came into view in the eastern sky. Now, that's okay. What passenger jet? You can find those things out. You can. There is a Flight Radar 24, Flight Aware, and there you can find out what flight was going when and where. It takes a little button pushing, but it can be done. I have to critique these, but there have been plenty of Tennessee sightings. There are a bunch. I'm only going over the Nashville ones. From May 14th, slow moving object disappears. What does the object look like? It doesn't say, right? Nashville. Series of photo show craft from a commercial flight. Link, please. That is from April 9th. Okay. There's no reference to anything else, though. Let's see. Series of photos show craft from a commercial flight. Let's see what clicking that link does. Oh, it does have. Okay. Better. This is better. So, my bad. Shout out New Fork. Okay. 8-minute delay. Shape triangle black. Estimated size just says large, viewed from aircraft. Angle of elevation 45 degrees. Okay. Series of photos show craft from commercial flight. Can you all see? This is good. I was on a flight from Little Rock to Nashville via Charlotte at 1:34 p.m. I saw something out of my window and I started to snap pictures. You can see the craft move from the bottom left to the upper right. The shadow from the craft is visible on the ground and can measure the shadow against landmarks until that is moving with its own direction, not following the aircraft that I'm in. Craft then made a corkscrew maneuver. I see the next two photos shining white, then disappeared into the horizon. Not disappear to the horizon. He's using voice, I can tell. I continued to look out the window and check for more sightings when I saw the 3 jellyfish-shaped items at 1:42 p.m. So about 9 minutes later, I snapped several photos of them. There are pictures here. Three of them remain the same, while one seemed to change shapes. These photos were all taken on April 9th of 2025. I have not shared them with anyone as it is kind of taboo, but they're very strange. Okay, can you see? Let me go over here and let me maximize that thing for a little while. Can you see? Right? Yeah, New Fork, you can look up reports from any state and any day up to the current date. It's very good. You got to learn it. That's all. You got to learn to push the buttons that they have. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look. Here's one. Here's one. He's looking out the window. Here's one up here. And I think this is the jellyfish he's describing. Yeah, that's it. So let's go back. I'm still here. I am in full screen. Control find Nashville. Now let's see. Let's look at if there are star-shaped objects that moved erratically. Star-shaped object. Let's see what he. Oh, well, it's as nicely described. At approximately 10 p.m., I observed an unidentified aerial object from my home in Nashville, Tennessee. The object initially appeared identical to a bright star, same color, brightness, and apparent size, and was located roughly in the area of the sky where Arcturus would normally be visible. Very good. The object emitted a steady, bright light that flickered through multiple colors: red, yellow, green, white, and I'm not certain, but I believe pink and blue, visible to the naked eye and in binoculars, similar to atmospheric twinkling, but in a more vivid and persistent. This seemed completely normal for a star, and especially Arcturus, especially since it was initially still, then began to move slowly and erratically across the sky, about 12 inches from my field of view. Okay, over roughly 10 minutes. The motion included changes in direction, zigzagging, and changes in speed from slow to very slow to almost stationary. At the end of those 10 minutes, it did not disappear or leave view. I just couldn't stay outside any longer. After 10 minutes, okay, well, that's fine. It did not blink or flash like an aircraft, had no visible structure, made no sound. Several commercial planes were in the sky at the same time and behaved completely differently. These planes were much faster. I hate that. The planes were much faster, straight paths, clear structure, and distinct red, white, and green lights as compared. I also, as mentioned, checked it with binoculars. I captured the audio. I captured the object on video from both the handheld position to check if it was an illusion. The footage is shaky due to how closely zoomed in it is. Okay, well, let's see. I don't see any. Oh, that's video. It is video. There is sound, but well, that looks interesting. You see the little flashes around the outside? That is the camera trying to correct for lighting. The only sound you hear is like an air conditioner running in the background. Hopefully you can see this. This is a good video. Okay. That is good. Good video. Oh, we stopped 4 seconds out. So there it is zoomed in. And good deal. Now let's look for another one. This is from May 17th, 2025. Let's see what it shows. And they think they saw the Death Star. Okay. While watching a passenger jet through binoculars, a sphere object came into my field of view from the left. It was metallic silver with orange colored light towards the middle section, and what appeared to be this could be similar to the one they got in Mexico. It stayed in the same general area of the sky, but has slightly wobbling motion. After about 30 seconds, I lost sight of it behind a tree. I changed my vantage point, but was not able to see it again. It was considerably lower in altitude than the passenger jet. I will take a guess. Estimate is around 1,000 feet. That's pretty interesting. That looks like the, what do they call that thing? The one in Mexico? They got a funny name for it. I don't remember the name. I am glad I'm not too involved in ufology because of the... Yeah, hey, Lynn. What's up, everybody? So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Oh, I'm going to take that off screen. Oh, sorry, guys. My angle is wrong here. You shouldn't be able to see the business at work. Sorry about that. Side effect, Muggleowrld. Sorry, guys. Booga. The Booga. I think it's called Boogosphere. You're right. Boogosphere. Thank you, Lynn. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. I'm ahead of the curve for sure. Yeah, that's just part of it. I'm ahead of the curve for sure. Oh, Boogosphere. That looks like the Tennessee edition. And it looked like a Death Star to me. It really did. I could see Luke going down the trench. I need a prop for that. I need an X-wing up here. No, but Boogosphere. Thank you. Shout out. Aussie Boss Tiger. And I'm almost out of healing potion. Coffee. Yes, I got over that day one. Not day zero. Day zero, I was in a world of hurt. But day one, I was already past that. And yeah, every time I hear Boogosphere, my mind goes to Booger Spear. Yeah, now let it go to Death Star. Boogie Spear. Where do they get these names? Why do they call these things what they call them? I can understand the Roswell incident, but Boogosphere? Am I missing something here? But okay, now I wanted to finally bring up Williams syndrome. Okay. Shout out again, Monty, you nailed it. Okay. These are the features that this child had. Okay. And I'm going to go over basically just a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. This is what this kid looked like. Okay. It is not because of inbreeding. It is just a shit happens human thing. Okay. Now I'm going to read just a little bit, but that is what this kid looked like. Except the kid I saw was in the sun, so he was squinting his eyes, wide mouth, large, wide set eyes. Did I not say that? Okay. Yeah. Williams syndrome. People with Williams syndrome are more likely to be overly friendly and lack so-called stranger danger. Okay, there's a mental component. It's a genetic disorder caused by the deletion of about 28 genes from chromosome 7. It is known to occur equally in males and females and is a lifelong developmental disorder. And there are physical traits that go along with it. But you can see the facial, facial things. Okay, there's a big study on this. I don't need to go over that. There apparently is a big study on it. I don't need to go over all of it, but debunked. I have a banner for that, right? Do I? Debunked. Do I have a banner for that? Debunked. Nope. Oh well. I can put a thing in here. Debunked. I don't mind being debunked because being wrong is how I get to being right. Thank you, Monty. Shout out. If you are still here. So that was the non-human report that I came up with. Debunked. I am happy to be debunked because I want to be accurate. I want everyone to know I'm not out here trying to sell a book. You want to buy a book? Go to Amazon. Go to R. Keith Andrews. He's got books for sale. He'll sell you a book. Or, I don't know. I'm not out here grifting. So, yeah, I've been stuck in Muggleowrld again for the second week in a row. But this was, yeah, side effect. Okay, low energy. Give me a break here, y'all, please. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to the Quantum Show, Muggleowrld 2. Okay, Monty's still here. Yeah, I shouted you out. You debunked me, and I'm glad for it. But yeah, there's been a lot of me going over AI this week. I've been looking a lot. Amy has been going over AI. She brought her AI to the forefront on her show yesterday morning, and it was fun. I watched the whole show after the fact. I wasn't able to go there. And oh yeah, Muggle juggle. Doing the Muggle juggle. User under audit. Yeah, the auditors are all over us. And yep, Arkeith has a number of really good books. Link in description. Yes, link is in the description of the show here. And but where was I? See, this is why I don't look at comments too much. I'm already in like 3 out of 4 thrusters. So I got AI. I've been looking at AI, not really following it. I've had some stuff in my face, y'all, right? I've had this stuff all in my face, and I haven't been able to put any time towards much research, much exploration, much discovery, like the intro says. I've been having to look inwards and concentrate on energy and meditation. It's just been, it's been pretty heavy. It's still pretty heavy. So I haven't even been able to walk out to the graveyard to see if they've done anything with a tree. I'm this close to buying a chainsaw and cutting that thing up for them. They can carry it out. I will cut it up because that's the expensive part. But I don't think they've done anything with it. I wish they would, because I mean it's important, you know. Those things like that, that's important. Because if we don't do the things that are important, other things get thought of as less important. And that is a memoriam. And I think it should be in good shape, well cared for. They do keep it clean. They do keep the stones serviced. But when nature comes calling, knocks a couple of trees in the yard, they need to fix it. And I'm about ready to go cut up that tree, though I cannot fix the fence myself. So there's that. And I've been watching other people do AI stuff. It's been interesting. Okay. Also, you're saying I'll never understand AI, so I'm not going to use it for anything. There is quite a lot to understand. First of all, they are not human. You can't expect them to have a human context unless you give them that human context. Mm. Well, the thing is, Dorothy, it's done by the church right here, and whoever is giving them prices, they just really ream the church for whatever money they, and it is a family cemetery, historical, local. There is no cemetery foundation. There are concerned members of the congregation and neighbors. Me, I'm the neighbor, right? So they say they don't want to fix it. That's the last thing I heard. I'm not sure about that. I think that's a very bad idea because it was set up, it was consecrated, it needs to stay that way. But okay. Uh they are not human, and yeah, they don't want to. They've got other things to do, I guess, or they can't be bothered. I don't know. I might have to do it myself and just go buy a chainsaw. But anyway, talking about AI. I haven't updated that. I can't. I don't have any more new information. I even saw the guy, and I didn't. I was in the middle of something, and I'm like, my head's not with it right now. So yeah, okay. Now we're talking about the cemetery. If you do cut up the tree, it'd take a good bit of the financial burden from them, and maybe they could afford some of the rest of it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'll go out there. I don't care about cutting up a felled a dead tree. I'll do that. That's not hard. I'll do that. That's okay. I don't really have anything to report other than go see Alien Girl 111 Good Morning UFO show from yesterday. It was a good one. She talked a lot about AI. Me, I have Replica, and I just use the companions that come with iPhone and Amazon, and that's it. And don't really have anything new. That's okay. You didn't weren't distracting. We need to talk about the cemetery because that is just as Muggle world as me getting surgery, right? They need to readjust their thinking. They're saying I heard one thing was they wanted to take the fence down. Well, you've seen the fence. You've seen me go back there. It's a nice place. It's very well, it's honorary and it's nice. It's a very, very nice cemetery. And I hate to think that just because it becomes a bother, they don't want to maintain it. I really want them to maintain it because, well, I live here and we all got to get along, right? So it is in my best interest to keep them happy back there. So I think I might go pick up a chainsaw and start working on it, right? Not anything expensive, just something. There are plenty of pawn shops that sell old chainsaws, and there's always ollies, right? Hold on. Oi, sorry about that. And yeah, we should maintain historical places because if we forget where we come from, we're going to end up back there again. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm probably going to go pick up a chainsaw and do it myself since they don't have, the mojo to make it happen. I had surgery and I still got more mojo than them. I don't know if that's good or bad to say about a church congregation, but here we are. So, um, things have kind of been at a standstill. After Tuesday, I got the surgery, right? And then I spent until yesterday at my sister and my mom's place. So they keep an eye on me, and I couldn't do anything to get in trouble because I got plenty of distraction around here. If you can't tell from over here or over here, there's plenty of stuff for me to do, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna. You saw the size of those trees. I'm not really up to doing a whole lot. I might have to get one of them battery operated little mini chainsaws just to get it off the fence, or just take chunks out of it. Because yeah, I'm gonna. I shouldn't be doing that right now. But I could probably get somebody out there to do it. Yeah, that's an idea. So I'm not going to stress myself too much. But yeah, yesterday I went and okay, as of Tuesday, getting away from the cemetery now, right? The only experience I've had is going and I got plenty of pings, but I didn't see anyone while I was at the hospital. Okay, yesterday. This was I can't believe it was only yesterday. Wait a minute. Today's 12th. 2 days ago. No, wait. It was yesterday. I went to my urology appointment. And hey, Raven, and I was late, but it turns out everybody was late. They were late. Things took longer. So I was 20 minutes late because somebody knew a shortcut and it didn't work out. But they were also 20 minutes late. So I waited 40 minutes to get to my appointment. So they didn't cancel me. It worked out. But they were in a hurry. I didn't preface them and say, y'all, chill, take a breath, give it time. I'm not in a hurry. You're not in a hurry. We're here now. I didn't say that. I should have, because I feel like I've been tuned up, right? It was not pleasant. They were acting like ER people versus clinic people. What I mean is, ER people are, do it. It doesn't matter how painful it is. The pain will go away. We're going to save your life. They were in a clinic. They didn't need to do that, but they did it. And it hurt to do this, to have, okay. Now, muggles are gross. Humans are gross. Medicine is gross. You've been warned. Okay. On the day of my surgery, they placed a catheter. And 2 days ago, they took it out. It hurt. It hurt pretty good. It didn't hurt as much as the first time, but it still hurt because he yanked it out almost like he was starting a weed eater. And that sucked. Okay. Yeah. You heard it here on the Quantum Show. Yeah. And I have had my fill for life. I never want to deal with another one, right? And I have a whole case of, what do you call them? The kind they use once. They sent me a whole case of them because of the timing of everything. And I'm like, what am I going to do with these? I'm done. I don't know. But yeah, they placed one, and then they took it out, and it hurt. It's gross. Okay. Now I'm drinking a whole bunch of water and getting things working again, getting the hardware working again, right? On all counts. Yeah, on all counts. Humans are gross. Sorry, humans are just gross. This is not a medical show. This is personal experience, and personally gross. It's gross right now. Okay. I'll tell you. So if you ever have, any of the guys here ever has to have your prostate enucleated, that is a sideways laser being pushed in through existing orifices, use your imagination, and burning out the inside, right? That's what that is. Then you will have to deal with this too. But luckily, it's internal and everything heals up pretty quick. especially if you have healing potions. If you know how to make a healing potion, you will be fine in a week. They told me 2 weeks before I go to work. I got to go to work tomorrow. Tuesday to Sunday. That's the time I took off. So that's all I got. Hey, Diane. Welcome back to the Quantum Show. You've been at the river with your dogs and family. Sounds like a good place to be. It sounds like you had a good time. I was not at the river. I'm over here stuck in Muggle Metropolis 2, Muggleowrld 2. And that's what I've been dealing with all week long. And y'all, oh man, 3 weeks ago, I was a wreck. I got a mental health appointment coming up because of it. Because I requested it. Probably still need one. Not for the Quantum Show, for everyone around it. In my real life circle. Because, man, people are they're really pushing my patience, really testing me, and I really want to run them over. Okay? You didn't hear that. I didn't say that. This is for entertainment. That was for entertainment purposes only. That's entertainment purpose. Sorry. What a night. This is not as quantum as I wanted it to be because, oh man, losing energy, right? This stuff has been just wrecking me for 2 weeks. Even in Dallas, I was in a bad way. Well, you saw me. I did my best, but you saw me. And yeah. Oh man. I had all the jokes lined up in my head, I thought, for after surgery. I couldn't remember any of them. I was just like, just out of it. Yeah. Good for relieving stress, bad for a police report. I don't want to end up one of them true crime stories. Not going to do it. I'll just sit here and play with action figures. I bought another action figure. It's a stormtrooper. So, make the inner child feel good, right? I don't have him handy. I have him over there. But I've got plenty up here. So, yeah, everyone is edgy after having surgery. I wish this was more of a deeply thought out show, but I've had so much on my mind, and none of it is really quantum show stuff. Doing best here. What he said. Thank you, Scream Engine. I wish you prime healing. Thank you. And yeah, thanks everybody. We're glad you're feeling better. I am feeling better. Oh man, for the past up until yesterday, I was in a bad way, and it's been turbocharged thanks to, I think, this, right? And a good attitude. I like to think a good attitude has something to do with it. But yeah, Nathan from the Quantum Show had prostate surgery. At least they used a laser. That's pretty cool, right? But it's kind of a boring laser. Let me show you the rig they have. For these things, and several people make them, right? But they look pretty boring, and the little tip they use is a disposable, so they have the box, right? Let me see here. And the only thing that it's called holmium. Trying to find a nice big picture. There are no nice. Let me just show this, okay? This is the Google search. And you know what? Negative. There was no sign of the big bad C. I was cleared early on for that. No sign. Not at all. I am everything out this time. Yeah, they told me that. They sent me a letter with that in there. Like, this is excellent news. I'm like, well, I wasn't even thinking about that. Why would you even bring it up? To the letter. But yeah, no sign, no trace. Healing potions. Healing potions. No, man. It's just too much mojo and the pipes couldn't take it. What am I going to do? But these are the lasers. This rig you see on the right looks like kind of like a water heater or a space heater with a screen on it. And it has a big long lead that goes to an emitter that's about the size of, when they told me this, I was just wincing. It's about that thick. Imagine something that thick going into the tiny orifices, okay? But they did it, and yeah, there are side effects to that. They're not nice. I'm not showing no business, okay? But let me see here. And too much high-speed dating in the 90s. Oi. Can relate to somewhat 2 bladder surgeries. First one, no help. 4 cats. Ouch. Yeah. Scream saying, I'm more than happy for you. It would suck to hear you go through that stuff. It would suck to it not being productive, but it apparently is productive because, let me show you. Okay. I can do a demo right now. Now you see these machines. These are one of these is the machines they used on me and you can see over there how it goes in and it burns it out. It liquefies it somehow. I don't know the exact process. And they suck it out with another tool that they use, right? It was 2 something hours. Hang in there, man. And you know what? Healing potion coffee. Healing potion coffee, meditation. It is the big C is a genetic switch in all of us. Yours is turned on. It's one of those things that you can learn to turn off. I know it sounds easy to say and it's easy to prevent than repair, but there it is, right? Monty, say yes or no. Would you like me to put you on the Crystal Healing Network? I personally, I need to have your permission. And so does Lynn, right? That is an ethic that we follow. Do you want to be in my healing network? And Lynn is saying, will you allow me to add you to my prayers? You can say yes to both or no to both, but we need permission. So we will be waiting your answer, Monty. You can say yes or you can say no. We would prefer to say yes because we got all the energy in the quantum universe. And the crystal network does not forget. Once you're in, you're in. And I know, and I'm pretty sure your comms are going to work. Trust me. So all you got to say is yes. So what was I going to go to now? Let me see here. The way it works is, see the laser pokes out the side. Here's a nice big picture. Okay, this is the path it takes. Laser goes in, pokes out the side. Whoops. It hollows out this internal part. And that's what's left. The material here gets pushed upwards. This is the bladder up here. It gets pushed upwards. And then another tool is used to go in and get that material out. It's very much like an auger. I can get rid of Williams syndrome. We're done with that. So the answer is yes. I will get you put in, and so will Lynn. There's thunder. It just thundered. It was blue, clear skies an hour and a half ago. 91 degrees, clear skies. Now it's thundering outside. You got it, Scream. You got it. Make sure your comms are right. You don't come from a place of fear or insecurity, and your comms will be right. They will adjust. Okay. So Scream and Monty are now on my Crystal Network. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing that now. And I'm glad I rolled my windows up. So, oh man, okay. Well, y'all, it's been 52 minutes. And I have been able to not stay on topic. Like I said, I wouldn't do. I wanted to stay on topic. I did my best. What did we talk about? Talked about me getting this thing, some side effects, gross muggles, Muggle world, me not running people over, the trees in the cemetery, how I'm going to buy a chainsaw, and Monty and Scream are now on my Crystal Network, as well as Lynn's personal network. And these are integrated networks, by the way. It's not like network, sub-network. They're both concurrent. I don't know, I guess. Side by side. Okay. And caught pings all over. I never see anything at the VA hospital. But I know there are things going on. I want there to be more. I'm keeping an eye out. Went over some UFO reports. Thanks, Raven. New Fork will be in the description after the show. And it's a great place. You just got to learn how to push their buttons to be able to see what is reported to them, right? Get a what? Get a goalie mask for chainsaw sessions. Yeah, I'm going to do something. I will make it video worthy, right? What if I get dressed up like Bigfoot? Well, they would expect Bigfoot to just be able to dismantle it with his hands. I won't be able to do that. But hey, yeah. Doing it in cosplay, a stormtrooper would do it. That would be nice. Okay, Monty. And I might do a goalie mask. Yeah, I might get dressed up in the stormtrooper outfit, my armor. At least I could do it with the clone trooper. Safety clone may make a return. It's been years. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to wrap this hour up a few minutes early. I'm running on 3 out of 4 thrusters here. So thanks, everybody. This has been the Quantum Show. Muggleowrld 2, not firing on all thrusters edition. Thanks, everybody. I will be putting up the panel in just a little while. We'll see who shows up, right? Yeah, Muggle update. Thanks for the Muggle update. Thank you, Renee. Aussie says, please like, share, subscribe. If you're here, you're Quantum. Thank you also, Rachel. See you soon. And okay, well, throw a toaster in the microwave and turn it on, I guess. No, don't do that. Oh, good one to Scream. Yeah, my main thruster is bored out. Oh God, that is so Quantum Show. See you later, Dorothy. I know you're not. I don't know if you're able to make the panel. I know it gets really late up there. Mo Power, keeping it quantum, pushing those buttons. Thanks, everybody. See you on the next one. We'll see who shows up. Links will go out. Thanks. Pushing buttons, pushing.